Well, voters in Washington state, as Stephen showed us, were not just casting ballots for the next president as well as governors, etc. They were also voting on an initiative to legalize one of the biggest underground industries on the West Coast. Washington and Colorado voted to decriminalize pot, and some wonder in BC if we're next. CTV's Stephanie Sherlock has that.
I know that when I turn 21, I might be heading down to Washington.
It's a popular subject that has people sounding off on both sides of the border.
Personally, I don't think we need another mind-altering substance legalized.
On a scale of 1 to 10, benign to malignant, I think marijuana is kind of low on that list. And I want my kids to believe me when I say something is really dangerous.
Legalization supporters in British Columbia hoping it sparks change here.
Many countries around the world have been talking about changing the cannabis laws, and it's the U.S. that is the primary force behind not making any changes. And so having two American states rebel against their war on cannabis from within will really help the movement around the world, I believe.
The revenue generated by taxation and cost savings associated with policing make legalization a lucrative choice. Washington state estimates it could be worth hundreds of millions.
I think that's a great idea. I think the Americans are in a lot of debt right now, and they don't like taxation, but with something like marijuana, just like alcohol, it's a good way to get revenue for the state right now.
I will be interested to see if the law is actually able to go into effect, because I do think there'll be some sort of court blockage.
Because the feds govern drug laws in the U.S. the same as they do here at home.
I support the federal government making this decision. It's their jurisdiction.
The Harper government continuing its war on drugs with mandatory sentences for pot coming into effect this month.
I don't expect Harper to do anything differently. I think the only way to make these laws change is to do what they've done in the U.S. and work at the provincial level. And we can make changes happen in British Columbia like they've made changes in American state.
A sentiment not shared by Christy Clark.
I think we need to focus on the things that are already in our jurisdiction.
Despite the international focus on our neighbor's historic vote.
I really respect that an issue can come to light democratically like this. I think it impacts discourse in a really meaningful way.
Barring any court action, marijuana will be available for legal purchase in Washington in the new year. Stephanie Sherlock, CTV News, Victoria.